next time, there is someone who's hurting themselves after this announcement, and when you guys see my reaction to it next time, I like both. Everyone's just opening a can this discussion.
I need to go get mine because I'm gonna need one. Because we're doing this dance again.
Do you want, mate? Do you just have
I've got hard alcohol here.
Yeah. Okay, mate. Do you actually always bring a drink with you?
Yeah.
Okay, because every time I've heard it before, it's almost like exactly the same way, and I always just think you've just got like a sound, like your own secret soundboard that you just play for like the right moment. Which, if you did, that'd be amazing. But yeah,
I got a rum and Pepsi Max right now.
Hey, I've got a Pepsi Max. Yeah, Pepsi Max Crew. Not sponsored.
Well, the difference is mate has alcohol with it because I feel like that's what you're gonna need because next time on Death Battle we have Goku versus Superman. No, I am not kidding.
Yeah, okay, so because we talked a lot about Rick and the Doctor, we won't be as long with this because we do have a third topic.
I'm just gonna leave these here as potential music options for this.
I have a music in mind for it. I have a music in mind. Me English good. Evidently, when I hurt my thumb, I hurt my brain power too.
So first of all, Goku breaks Batman's record for being on the show, the main show. This is his 5th appearance.
I mean, if we're talking as a combatant, Batman is still king.
Is he?
No.
No,
he is not.
I think...
Not anymore.
Yeah, no, it's Goku now.
Goku appeared in Gogeta versus Vegito.
I think we should count that.
It counts.
Hell, you could count that twice in one because it's 2 Gokus.
Exactly, which is why it's 5.
And
alright,
if you count Goku Black, that's technically Goku if you go by...
I count them more as Zamasu.
Yeah, enough. I count that as well. Despite what your Bill Knows Nothing quiz tried. But yeah,
we are doing Goku versus Superman 3.
Yeah.
Hooray!
So by the time this portion's out, my reaction's out, and my reaction is just Death Battle. You have balls. You have balls that are so big, you are using them as a little bouncy ball in that episode of South Park.
I was about to say they are the size of space hoppers.
Just okay. Now, weirdly enough, we have called this. We have said in the past they will eventually do it. Oh god! Oh Sean, why did you have to put that in our chat? Oh god!
You asked for it.
No, I didn't. I literally did not ask for it. I've done none of those.
Oh, Sean, you might as well post it again because he's gonna have to put it in the video now.
I'm not putting that in the video. No, I'll put an image, censor it, but I'm not looking at that animation while I'm editing. Oh god.
But yes,
this is like when you guys told me to look up freaking Vaporeon. What, I don't even know what it was. But
I told you not to.
Yeah, mate was the one that was encouraging it. But, okay.
Was I? I don't remember.
I don't think you were actually. I think I know. I just like to picture Sean's the one going, "No, mate, yes." Like that comic you commissioned for AG. Like you're the Nora, Sean is the Ren in that instant, and I'm the Pyrrha.
I don't want to dwell on that too long because of implications. But Goku vs Superman.
Yeah, good point.
This is broken the internet.
Shit.
Okay, yeah. So
shit! Here we go again.
Nice reference. Classic. Funny enough, I was actually playing that game last night.
Just putting this here for context because it's different this time.
Yeah. Okay. So before we actually get to that, so this is a weird episode to talk about because we have called this in the past. But here's the thing that's interesting. This isn't
I kind of accidentally called it recently.
Yeah, in a way you have. But the thing that I'm shocked by, this is not the finale.
Right!
Like, okay, don't get me wrong. This episode could totally be like a mid-season, maybe an episode after the premiere. Okay, no, not an episode after the premiere. No, maybe not. Hell, I don't even think
because when you hear like,
I don't even think this episode could be a premiere season because this is like the biggest debates online. Like to this day,
you know, if this
people argue it.
Also, it just makes you think, if this is the penultimate episode, what the hell do they have in store for the finale?
Right, that's what I'm thinking.
We want to know.
In a way, yeah. Like, okay, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that Goku vs Superman is the all-time debate of all time, but for a death battle, this is a surprising episode before the finale. The only 2 episodes I can really say that could top this for a finale is Gru vs Megamind, which we know is not happening this year because it's on the champion poll.
Or next year.
Yeah, hot take.
Tom versus Wily for the win!
Yeah, I was going to say, I much prefer that episode. Fight me. The only other episode...
I'll have you both know I'm voting Kratos Asura just because I can.
Oh, I'm not voting because I don't want to vote because I love both those ideas. But the other thing that the only other matchup I can see topping this is Galactus versus Unicron. Those are the only 2 episodes I can fit at the top of my head that could surpass this for a finale.
What if it's Chuck versus Segata 2?
Oh god, then we would have... The lad's curse would have struck again, because I mentioned on the last discussion that they have talked about wanting to do that. Oh, Christ almighty. Right, so... But Sean did bring up, there's a twist with this episode. In fact, actually, before we talked about that though, let's actually talk about the first 2 briefly. I love those... Okay, I like the first one, but I can't deny they need a revamp. Like, not in terms of the outcome, just the analysis point. Like, especially 2, like, after this episode was revealed...
Oh, especially 2.
Yeah, Ben said that's, to him, the worst episode of that season.
In fact, do we want to address the title changes that happened?
Oh yeah, I'll get to those, but... Yeah, the main thing I wanted to bring up... The first one, at the time, I totally agree with why they think Superman would beat Goku. But obviously in today's day with Death Battle, this ain't it, son. But the fight overall was a good fight. I went back to rewatch it, I was really enjoying the fight. It was very Dragon Ball meets comic book esque. But man,
I have to go rewatch it.
Yeah, but 2, man. Animation quality is definitely better. But man, if you're a Dragon Ball fan, don't watch it. Because
I'd also say if you're a Superman fan, don't watch it.
I mean, yeah, because even... Actually, yeah, because it really does feel as though they're overhyping him too much, and they're kind of downplaying the whole message of what Superman's meant to be.
Yeah, it's the whole, like, very inspirational, but man, does it get boring sometimes.
Yeah, because...
Or the whole Superman isn't meant to be relatable line.
Oh, yes. That was something I caught in, like, the first and second fight. I was like, that is wrong on so many occasions. Because, like, this is the thing I want to get into before we actually talk about what's different about it in our prediction. Yeah, like, the whole concept of Superman is that he is meant to be what you should inspire to be. So is Goku, but Superman's, like, in terms of, like, you know, kindness and love and stuff like that. He's not meant to...
Whereas Goku is self-improvement.
Yeah. Like, Superman's not about self-improvement, he's more morality, and I'm just gonna say that I'm getting sick of the whole evil Superman trope DC keep wanting to do lately. Because the whole point of Superman, like, that new Superman show that came out, I mean, two, like, Superman Lois Lane, fantastic show, but also My Adventures of Superman, that is what Superman's meant to be. And those Death Battle episodes don't really do him, ironically, justice.
That. Well, hopefully they'll paint him in a different league this time.
Ha! Nice. But yeah, it was inevitable this was going to become a fight again. Like, out of all the rematches, this is one we've all kind of collectively agreed that this needs to happen, especially now.
Yeah, I think Ben even said that they were talking about it back in the Road to 100 blogs, like, especially about the second one, because
it's not.
He's really not happy with it.
You know, they didn't actually really go into many feats in those comics, in that episode, like, at all. Don't get me wrong, I like the whole. like the whole history lesson of how they brought anime into like the West is pretty good. But that was kind of like everything about Goku, really. And I was like, oh yeah, and also he got new transformations.
Yeah, and it was really just like, okay, so here's Superman feats that we didn't include in the previous one. Otherwise, it would have been an hour long. And just, yeah, no, even with new forms, Goku still can't win.
Yeah, in fact, you know what? Is that a good segue to talk about the twist about this episode, though?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah, so they're deciding, right, we're not going to be specific, we're not going to do canon Goku and what is the current Superman. They're giving them, well, mainly they're sticking with heroes for Goku, because it makes sense. The other sort of media he's not really appeared in, and it's inconsistent, so it makes sense. And they are sticking with every Superman, but they're specifically sticking to one variation. And that is
Infinite Frontier
Yes.
versus Super Dragon Ball Heroes. Oh boy.
Now, on one hand...
Yeah. But I
is...
imagine, like, because, you know, these are, like, the most powerful versions, they're essentially just getting everything.
Yeah. Now, I will say, and this is probably a hot take, this makes it more closer. And no, I'm not pulling a classic whiz. This fight was really close. No, I actually can see, okay, we're going to do like a composite of both these two. This is much more even because, again, I'm not going to mention this versus show, but we kind of referenced it. Well, Sean referenced it when we were talking about do Death Battles deserve to be
Glass Slippers, I get it. You don't want to talk about that show anymore.
Yeah, Glass Slippers, that was it. I was trying to remember what it was. But now, they did a tactic to... I mean, it's a clever way to get views. They would do one version of Superman versus one version of Goku, then one version of Goku versus Superman, yada yada. Then they would say, oh, if you want to see this version of Superman 5, give us this many likes. I don't respect that way of getting likes. It clearly worked, you know, for the time, not anymore. I'm glad Death Battle didn't do that. I'm glad they're like trying to say, right, let's just do everything. Let's give them everything. Yeah, it's not canon to the main line, but you guys want to answer. You want to know if we just used everything. Because,
also, I'm just going to throw this out there. That's how Goku would want it.
Yeah. And, you know, because this is the thing we've kind of never really talked about is, like, specific characters. I can understand for certain things like Archie Silver versus Xeno Trunks because the concept of, you know, games Sonic versus canon Dragon Ball isn't an interesting concept anymore. But to use their more powerful versions, that's a discussion.
Yeah, that just makes it a much more debatable and interesting idea. Whereas, like, canon versus games goes Silver.
Yeah. And the thing that's also kind of interesting, like, it makes me kind of sad we never got those Archie Mario comics. You can still find the panels that were drawn for, like, the test comic. I am sad we're never going to see Archie Mario, because it did get as popular and as crazy as Archie Sonic would have gotten. I would have loved to have seen that as a Death Battle.
What if we get the movie versions?
I actually did sound like Mario then.
Although it sounds like people want, like, movie Sonic versus either movie Shazam or Detective Pikachu.
I mean, to be honest, I feel like nothing's going to happen with that version of Shazam anymore. R.I.P. DCEU. James Gunn, don't fuck it up.
Well, after Aquaman.
Ugh. I'm looking forward to that film, but not for one particular person.
Well,
but yeah.
I think regardless, we're getting everything in round 3. It's definitely going to try to set it apart, and based off like hints I've been seeing, people are speculating that not only is this close, but Goku could finally win.
It is potential now, but this could also answer the question regarding rematches and Death Battle, because we kind of briefly talked about it, but we never had it as a third topic. I'm not sure with you guys we had it as a third topic. Like, when is the good time to do rematches? I think that was with me, Richard, and Jaru.
I think we briefly touched on it when we were talking about like a different topic.
Yeah. Well, we have talked about it like the Link v Cloud.
Maybe
something like that. Maybe
it's been a while. Like, I've not gone back to watch older episodes of Lads, like certain episodes. But you know, if we did do that as a third topic, then someone let us know. But could this answer the question? Is if a death battle's doing a rematch, does that mean the other combatant's gonna win? Because many people speculated that rematch episodes are just to give another character a win. After Goku versus Superman 2, I should say. And yeah, that's the thing. Like, if this episode is truly gonna, I mean, to be fair, if Goku does win, yeah, I'm a Dragon Ball fan, but
well, I think if we're gonna touch that question though, there are reasons it does change. Like for Mario Sonic, they composited Sonic, but then they wanted to stick to mainline canon. And with Link versus Cloud, they were just like, we're gonna adapt the rules we use nowadays for this one because we didn't do it back then. So it makes sense that characters could possibly win the rematches with a different rule set.
Yeah, also back then it was more so like Smash Brothers Link versus Dissidia Cloud.
So it's going to be interesting talking about this, but since it is Goku vs Superman, Mate is going to be representing Goku. Trust me, people, I was conflicted on who I wanted to represent, but since I was more a DC person, it just made sense.
Now's the time for me to get my drink real quick. Just give me a quick second. I also went to get a Pepsi.
Is it a Pepsi Max?
Cherry.
Cherry, you know what? I'll accept that.
That's a good one.
I do love Cherry Pepsi Max. They didn't have any of my... They've stopped doing the multi-pack for Cherry Pepsi. It's a good deal, man. Like, my local shop was selling like a pack of 24 for £8.
I usually get like the bottle of either 500 or 600 ml for my lunch when I'm at work. Sometimes they just sell out before I get a chance.
Yeah. Anyway, I know...
Pepsi Max Cherry is so nice.
Also, I know we're talking about Goku, so that leads to food, but let's actually talk about Goku.
Yeah, let's talk about Journey to the West Abridged.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so... how long we got?
I'd say we'll spend a good old... I'd say we'll spend like 22... Maybe 25 minutes on this, because let's be real here, do we need to go into their origin stories? Like, we know these two.
Yeah, okay, so we can just say both were sent to Earth as a baby. Well, one was to protect life, one was to destroy life, but then it got kind of retconned later on and became more like Superman. It's a whole thing. But growing up, Goku always had a fascination with fighting due to his Saiyan heritage. He was taught karate by his adoptive grandfather. Went on an adventure, trained with Master Roshi, you know, the pervert that he is.
They don't make anime perverts like they used to.
Thankfully, Goku didn't inherit any of those traits, despite Roshi's attempts.
Mm-hmm.
But he would keep going on quests to search for the mystical Dragon Balls, and would just basically go around fighting people. And yeah, anytime a big threat came along, Goku was always there to either train and face it. Of course, he had friends along the way, but let's face it, well, there's Vegeta. His job is just to get his ass kicked by the main villain, so Goku can do it. Am I wrong?
30 years later, and that is still true. Actually, I think even longer than 30 years.
Yeah, and of course, he gains a whole lot of transformations. Super Saiyan, Super Duper Saiyan, Super D Duper Saiyan. Bill, say the line, please.
Sorry, what were you saying? I was looking at the image Sean posted.
I was saying his Super Saiyan forms: Super Saiyan, Super Duper Saiyan, Super D Duper Saiyan.
Oh, okay. Nah, the joke's ruined now. I'm sorry. Plus, I'm not too familiar with that joke. I just know about just saying all the transformations.
I was hoping you would just call them Super Saiyans 1, 2, and 3, and I would go, well, that's boring.
Well, I don't know that joke.
Just do it anyway.
Yeah, he had Super Saiyan 4 in GT, but actually, yeah, they'll probably count GT, so that will be taken into account. But let's be real, his biggest ones are Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, which is Super Saiyan Blue.
See, that was what I thought you were segueing into, and I was totally going to be like, yeah, just call it Super Saiyan Blue.
Oh, okay. But then, of course, there was a big one that came out by the end of Dragon Ball Super, and that was Ultra Instinct, which might have reignited this debate a small bit.
To an extent, but I don't think to the extent people are thinking. It's like, yeah, he
Not
be
the
able to
extent
land more.
that Blue did when Blue came out for the first time.
Honestly, when Super Saiyan Blue
Which
and
was like
God...
soon after.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, which came out like really soon after Goku vs Superman 1.
Wasn't right away. No.
Yeah, it was like when Goku vs Superman was announced. They announced Battle of Gods.
Really? Huh, interesting. Guess the Death
Yeah,
Battle
it was
Curse- Death Battle Curse.
it was hilarious.
I don't know. Death Battle Curse is older than we thought.
Yeah.
But
And you know, as Goku would training become stronger and stronger, he would surpass even the gods of his universe, like Kami, King Yemma, King Kai, or North Kai. Shin, the Supreme Kai. There's a lot of Kais.
to quote an old lad's quote, though, God means nothing. It's just a title.
Especially in Dragon Ball.
Yeah. Like, you know, Pokemon God Arceus, yeah, he's the god of Pokemon, but if I had to pin my money on him versus Trigon, I'm going with Trigon. Like, God's just a title, and even the Kais have kind of said that. Like, the fact that they're very godlike, they don't consider themselves even that powerful.
I mean, Frieza is like the benchmark for all of them.
Yeah.
But this guy is stronger than Frieza. Everyone's stronger than Frieza these days.
That's true. Well, we'll have to wait and see what happens with
That
Goku.
was the case back then.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens with Black Frieza. We know what's going to happen with Black Frieza, though. Spoiler alert, he's going to get his ass kicked.
Oh no, I've been spoiled.
Like, it might shock people, but I highly doubt they're going to have the villain win.
In Dragon Ball? Surely not.
Hell, even when they do
Yeah,
win, they
there-
still lose. Lord Slug, he got his wish, still got his
There's
ass handed.
There's a
Why
lot of
didn't I
different-
wish for immortality?
Still my favourite moment from that film. Seriously, Team 4-Star Dragon Ball is the best thing that came out of old Golden Age YouTube. Foreshadowing.
But a big thing I want to talk about with Goku is just a lesson that he learned from Master Roshi, which is actually a really good life lesson. And
Oh.
it's to not think that you're at your peak, and to always keep improving, because there's always going to be someone out there stronger and better than you. So you have to keep improving yourself, so that when they come a knocking, you'll be ready to face them.
Yeah, you would never really think a show like the original Dragon Ball would have a deep life lesson like that.
Yeah, this is something that Moscow X has talked about on his channel. Like, what if Goku won that tournament and never learned that lesson? He would become a completely different person.
Probably.
An arsehole.
I mean, he did nearly destroy the universe in Super.
Yeah, that was a thing, because he really likes fighting strong people.
Which I think is going to be a big disadvantage, despite what people say.
Yeah, because that's the thing with Goku. Well, yeah, it's admirable that he wants a fair fight. He wants to fight his opponents at their best, because he wants to test out how strong he is too. That being said, when fucking Frieza says,
Frieza.
"Hold on, I'm only at half my full power. Let me power up." After all the shit he's done, the people he's killed, and trying to blow up the planet you're on,
His best friend included.
yeah, that just happened!
I don't know, I think that
And
was like...
he lets him do it?
No, I don't know. I don't think that was instant. That was like maybe 5 minutes before.
Yeah, like, look, Goku's a great character and all, but at that point, it's like, fuck you, Goku, fuck you.
No, hold on. No. Okay, look.
Yeah, look, I'll admit, like, sometimes Goku does make decisions that make you question how smart he can be, but he has redeeming factors.
Yeah. Look,
Oh yeah, totally.
Dragon Ball
Like, I saw a
Super
short
Goku-
recently, like,
Yeah, it's questionable why he would risk the universe. Like, because original Dragon Ball, he would never risk his friend's safety for a strong opponent. Because at that point, Namek was evacuated, so, you know, he would, like, there was no life on that planet, so he would gladly fight Frieza at a stronger form.
I mean, they were all dead.
Yeah, but they got the Dragon Ball, so Goku, I'm pretty sure Goku could piece together, oh, they're going to bring him back. And they're all gone now, so I can now fight him at his peak. But yeah, Dragon Ball Super Goku during the tournament, it's like, yeah, let's let him get stronger. It's like, Goku, our universe is at stake. Please don't.
Yeah. And I mean, there's also the fact that as they're winning, other universes are getting erased.
Yeah. I remember defending Super so much, like, no, the ending wasn't that bad. In preparation for this episode, I was like, oh my god, Goku was a...
Hey, he said it, not me.
Yeah.
Well, there's also him giving Cell a Senzu bean, right as he's about to fight Gohan, his son.
Yeah, I have no defense for that now. That was a shitty thing. I have no defense for that.
I mean, I have heard some arguments.
Look, it doesn't matter your defense. You're helping a man that's about to kill yourself.
Yeah.
To quote Jontron, that one did not age quite so well.
Yeah, though, in terms of, like, defending Goku's intelligence, well, he's not, like book smart. Like, you give him a maths equation, it's gonna take him a while to figure that out. But he's also just a great battle tactician. Like, in terms of, like, okay, here's this person I'm fighting, I gotta figure out a way to beat them.
Yeah, we've kind of danced around...
That's where his strength lies.
Yeah, we've kind of danced around for a bit, so to speed through this, though, let's actually talk about Heroes Goku, because I think that's the part people are going to be interested in. Like,
hooray! Superheroes time!
Yeah, like,
Going back to Disney's Loki. Oh, sorry, Dragon Ball Heroes.
It's no big difference.
Yeah, because... Man, a lot of stuff happens in Heroes, including Goku teaming up with the future version of Gohan and Bardock.
Heroes is weird. Well, just Xenoverse is weird. Great games, though.
Yeah, and this also just goes into, you know, how much stronger Goku has become since we last did this. Especially since we're now doing Heroes, where he scales to characters like... you! Well, the you that fought Demigra, or the demon Shamel, or the you who helped him fight Mira after he absorbed Toa and Toki Toki's egg. Yep, you're a canon character in Dragon Ball. Congrats, audience. Sorry, I had to make that joke. So, yeah, Goku's become so strong, he can contend with beings who can threaten the multiverse.
Some people I have seen like, oh, can you really scale that? It's like, he's the fucking main character. Of course he can.
Yeah.
What, are you gonna say?
Also, if Trunks scales to it, I'm pretty sure Goku does too.
Yeah, what, are you gonna say Xeno Trunks is more powerful than Xeno Goku? Xeno Vegeta is more powerful than Xeno Goku? It's like, no. I refuse to believe that they would ever make Goku weaker than another character in the main series.
Did Super give Goku any, like, other new forms by chance?
I don't think
people want to see animated.
No, not really.
No, not Super. Like obviously the manga, you know, Ultra Instinct. I don't think he's acquired a new. Well, there is something of a new form, and Superman kind of has it too. And I hope that it comes in the fight.
Yeah, they both have Susanos.
Yeah.
Oh, great! They're pulling in Itachi on us.
Yeah. Oh, also, someone of note, in the manga, Goku knows Hakai.
Yeah, well, he's still learning it, but it's going to be interesting on what they're going to do, because I even briefly looked it up on a lot of Xeno Goku. Yeah, after Xenoverse, he gets a pretty big power boost. Like, if we had to say who would win, mainline Goku or Xeno Goku, Xeno Goku.
Oh, Xeno Goku for days.
Even Ultra Instinct Goku in the mainline, I would even say base Xeno Goku wins. Maybe not base, but yeah, just just
Oh
hear
yeah,
those
I think I
vocals
remember
OP.
reading. I think I remember reading that there was a point in the. Hold on, I have the tab open here. Where is it? Oh, yeah, defeated the giant form of Demigra in base form.
Yeah.
And Demigra in Xenoverse 1 was capable of destroying the multiverse.
He may be a
So-
little OP.
Yeah, he's gotten a tad stronger.
So,
You know
yeah,
who
that's
else
just.
has gotten stronger since their last episode? Superman.
right then. So, honestly, I don't really need to explain. Like, Mate kind of brought up when we were talking about Goku. Yeah, he was an alien. Came from Krypton. It went kablooey. And Superman was raised by a caring family, and he became the world's greatest superhero. And then more.
If you somehow don't know Superman, how?
It's a very comfy
Seriously,
rock, I
comment.
will
I'm
admit.
genuinely curious.
Yeah, like, even over here, he's not, like, as popular as Spider-Man, but I still see so many people wearing, like, Superman outfits and stuff like that. Hell, a lot of comic book stores I've walked past, there's, like, some version of Superman that's on, like, the window.
Yeah.
Hell, do you know how many
I mean,
people are
he's
hyped
the
for
most.
Like, so many people are
He's
hyped
the
for
most
new-
iconic. Sorry.
No, there's a delay on our microphone, so when we pause, the other one pauses at the same time.
Well, plus, then that happens. I wait. I'm just like, oh, sorry. Wait, you want to say anything? Okay, I'll continue. And then you.
I was doing the exact same thing you were doing. I was like, no, let me wait. Okay, he's not saying anything. Point is, yeah, and people are hyped for the next movie.
Yeah. And I was just going to say, like, he's the most iconic superhero and one of the most iconic characters in all of fiction.
Yeah, I mean, hell, just the last 2 years, he's had a live-action TV show and an anime-style TV show. He's made cameos in TV shows. And funny enough, the Arrowverse universe, that series is going to be finished. The final season's going to be Superman and Lois Lane season 4. Kind of ironic. He wasn't the one that started the universe, but he's the one that's ending it. Thankfully, not in a Goku way.
He's also crossed paths with a lot of other series, like Marvel, where he fought against and alongside the Avengers, He-Man, Thundercats.
Nesquik.
There's a parody of Popeye that fought him.
Oh, and Subway. Yeah, Subway sandwiches. Don't ask.
There's Mortal Kombat and recently Ruby.
Yeah, so to say Superman hasn't been around, he's been around. And yes, he's had many, many different interpretations. In fact, So, okay, if we were just...
Including the main focus of this upcoming rematch, Infinite Frontier.
And, yeah, do you know what? Originally I thought, oh, this isn't going to be pre-Christ as Superman. Oh, it's a different Superman. It turns out this version of Superman harnesses all the feats of the previous Superman. I was just there like, oh, fuck's sake.
Yeah, all the more reason they're giving them both everything. Plus, if you go back to the reveal, they show older Superman stuff.
Yeah.
Along with the newer ones.
In fact, what could make this worse? This version of Superman has been able to contact and meet other Supermen.
Okay, so when are we having a SuperCon?
Right.
Where it's just all the Supermen getting together. Hi, you also Superman? Yes, I am also Superman. Hello, it's nice to meet you.
In fact, do you know what? He even well, not him, but his son met Injustice Superman. And you know how people were saying Injustice Superman is the weakest Superman out there? Like, for a versus fight? Not anymore. Not anymore.
No, I've always heard animated Superman is the weakest.
Yeah. Well, it's either him or like the very old school like Superman, the one that fought the KKK. Seriously, people, look up the story about Superman and the KKK. It is amazing. that Superman managed to defeat the KKK in real life. I'm not going to explain the story. Look it up. Like, just look up the story about it. In fact, I think even Death Battle have a video on it. Just look it up. It's a
Oh yeah, that was the
fantastic-
desk of Death Battle.
Yeah, Superman managed to actually foil the KKK's attempt to take over the world. Yeah. Think about that. Imagine we lived in a day and age where Superman wasn't around. Yeah.
I do not want to think about that.
Yeah. So, thank you, Superman.
Christ alive.
But obviously, yeah, that's not his most impressive feat. This version of Superman. So, I kind of mentioned this to Mate. No, not to Mate. I mentioned it to Yang the Insane. You know how Goku Black fought the Reverse Flash? What if I was to tell you both right now, Goku Black actually fought the weakest version?
Wait, Thawne's the weakest version of Reverse Flash?
No, I mean as though Thawne wasn't at his full potential.
How so?
Well, because he didn't tap into the more of his reverse, like, Speed
The
Force.
Reverse Speed Force?
Yeah, he didn't tap into the full power of it. The full power of the Reverse Speed Force is even given, I kid you
Negative Speed Force.
not, negative speed. Yeah, it's got different names. In fact, let me actually show you what he, in fact, has transformations. And one of those could threaten the multiverse even on a grander scale. In fact, he literally has a black form.
So even though Goku Black was a match for Thawne, this was the weakest one that they could give him. Got it.
Yeah, but guess who's managed to defeat the strongest version?
Batman?
Okay, that would be amazing. I would love to hear his reason behind that. Batman, I don't have to explain shit.
Well, this is you we're talking about, so of
Yeah,
course
true.
my guess would be Batman.
Yeah, Batman appears once or twice in the last episode. But yes, but the joke I was going to do is like, so guess who defeated him?
Wonder Woman.
Oh, you guys aren't going to do the joke. Superman? No, actually, it was Wally. Oh. But guess who defeated Wally?
Harry?
Okay,
Jessica
no,
Cruz.
just forget it. Anyway, so you guys have really butchered that joke and you're dragging it on. Yeah, Superman has defeated multiple interpretations of the Flash in his base form. Because, funny enough, Superman in the more modern era has gained transformations, including new powers. Because if you know about,
I think that's something I'm looking forward to with this rematch, though. It's just seeing these forms of Superman finally get animated.
Yeah. Now, of course, many of these transformations Superman doesn't have anymore because those versions of Superman stories had ended. Like, they're concluded, they're done, they rebooted. So, by rebooting, yeah, a new Superman's got his story, but he has crossed over with other versions of that Superman. And just to give you an idea of what, like, a post-crisis Superman was capable of doing, he managed to reboot his universe by punching through reality.
Like Superboy Prime?
Yeah. And during that reality warping, he managed to restart the universe. And keep in mind, we'll get to that when we get to the more so debate about this. But now, it's very, like, even just pre-crisis Superman, in his weakest state, he managed to sneeze so powerful it destroyed a solar system. And
Gesundheit.
more like Gazoon. Ah! I don't even think you'd have a chance to say Gazoon.
You don't even have time to say the G in that word. You're just dead.
G for goodbye. But of course you're thinking, oh, that's not too impressive. Well, do you remember how Trigon was able to defeat pre-crisis Superman? That was only one time. Superman has managed to defeat Trigon on his own. And keep in mind, pre-crisis Trigon is exactly as powerful as he is now. Darkseid, in fact, despite DC's gone through many reboots, Darkseid from New 52 and onwards is the exact same Darkseid pre-Crisis. And Superman in his weakest form has beaten him.
Why are comics complicated?
Different writers.
Because they're comics.
Yeah. Comic books, I don't have to explain shit. Come on, Sean. You should know this by now. How long have we been doing
I
Lads
know.
for?
I know, and I know I've researched DC comic characters, but still, I have the right to question whenever
What?
I find some shit.
Lads, 80 years later, Sean's still going like, why are comics complicated? Sean, we're nearly 90 years old. I can't keep explaining it.
Who are you again?
Oh, wait, I'm an urn. Don't worry, I got a hologram hanging out with you guys. And if you forget me, I'll
May
hold your
the
fucking ass.
3rd. Stop playing with Billy
Who the
Byrne.
fuck are you?
Oh, wow. I mean, given the fact we're pretending to be old, I guess that's kind of fitting in this context. Oh, Jesus Christ.
God
But
damn it.
speaking of Jesus, though, what have I told you? Superman has kind of met God? Or, I tell you what,
I mean,
Honestly,
Green
this one
Lantern once tried to arrest him, so it wouldn't surprise me.
tried. Emphasis on tried. But that's not the
I
only
mean, all
thing.
I've seen from it is that one comic panel when they said he's got the cojones to arrest God.
He did. He brought him in for questioning. But now this probably won't be. This is probably not a popular character. And I think they kind of talked about this guy. Are you guys familiar with the man Atlas?
I've heard of him.
Yeah, he's
I don't know if I've heard of the DC Atlas.
well. Okay, well, you forget it. Okay, well, Atlas might be a kind of unknown mythology character. In the mythology, he held up the universe. Now, in the actual context, he held up Olympus, but by how they described the mythology back then, that contained our universe. And in science, to our universe, you're holding a fucking lot. That's all I'm saying. Atlas wanted Superman to feel not only just the weight of the universe, but its burdens. And Superman just held it. For hours. He was feeling not only the weight of the universe, but the burdens of all his fellow Justice League members. Martian Manhunter, Wonder Woman, Batman. Batman probably has way too much at this point.
I don't know why, but I would find it funny if Superman was just hurling that universe from Atlas. Like, this is what you do every day? God damn, bro.
He was...
Do we even lift, bro?
In fact, let me just get an image of it, just to show people I'm not talking out of my arse.
I mean, that would be a talented ass.
I know, right? Hello, people. My name is Billy Cheeks.
You would be the king of shit talking if that was the case.
Oh, that was good. Oh, I wish I had it on time. But yes, so Superman is literally holding it up.
Audience, I'm sorry for the mental image that's in your brain. Then again, I'm also not sorry. You choose to watch these.
But yeah, Superman is literally and this isn't just of his Justice League members, this is everyone on Earth. Or the universe. So yeah, he's holding up burdens which get heavier and heavier over time. And yeah, he was exhausted from this, but you gotta keep in mind, he was holding this for hours. Now, of course, if you were to put anyone under pressure, like, yeah, Goku is physically strong, but I think even he would eventually feel, in fact, he has, when he trained under, like, gravity training, he did feel the weight and he was exhausted. His body was aching.
Meanwhile, Caboose felt nothing.
Yeah.
Why is this not Goku versus Caboose? Oh yeah, Caboose would shit stomp.
Mate, you're...
And just like that, Mate has triggered every single Dragon Ball fan in our comments.
Mate,
I'm kidding, you idiots.
Mate, I said Death Battle had the cojones to do this. You had double the cojones.
Well, I'm drunk.
I mean, that's no different to the usual recordings. I wonder how many people...
Very true.
I wonder how many people think we record these drunk. That would be amazing.
Yeah, also, it's only one drink. Like,
Yeah.
it's fine.
But I haven't even talked about the main thing, which... Now, I'm not sure they are going to bring this up because, of course, the new Superman doesn't do this. But...
Bring it up anyway.
Superman 1 million. Now, you know...
Oh, yeah, I know where you're going with this.
So, you may look at... In fact, let me get an image of it up. I had it saved on my tab, but I forgot I closed it because I was busy Christmas shopping. Hey, family comes first, people.
How dare you buy gifts for your loved ones?
I know, how dare I?
I see
What
where
are you,
Golden
a
Freeze
decent
is
human
inspired
being?
by.
Yeah, yeah. In fact, yeah, Superman got this before Golden Freezer. Now...
Well, according to the definition of Infinite Frontiers by DC Comics, basically, you could give this to Superman,
You
actually,
can.
because it stands, and I quote, rather than serve as a line-wide reboot, Infinite Frontiers keeps the previous stories canon while making many of the pre-Flashpoint storylines canon too.
Yeah, so that's what I meant, how these are connected to Superman. So all these feats, this one has them. Comic books are weird. Now, Superman 1 million isn't that impressive. Oh, aside the fact that base form Superman has managed to nearly destroy the multiverse, this man has so many powers. He's managed to rebuild reality after it was destroyed. He's managed to take away powers of people. He could even just, like, erase your memories. I mean, he could actually do that by kissing you as well, but I don't want to see that in a death battle. Please don't. That's a...
Bring back the Rogue versus Wonder Woman ending.
Oh, God, yeah, but luckily he can erase your memories now without having to give you a Frenchie.
And now all the Goku ex-Superman shippers are going, aww.
Zoibo. Aww. But yeah.
What would that even be called?
Sane Man?
Getting off the subject?
Yeah. Before we open more can of worms, we probably opened so many cans of worms, the worms have formed into a
I
giant
think
monster.
we need to open one.
But
Bryce, I think we should need to open up one more can of worms before we finish this topic, and that's the actual 60-second debate we have
Alright.
for this
Hold
one.
Just to finish up with Superman 1 million is, he's also immortal, and he can also just erase you from existence. Without not needing to say a technique or anything like that, he doesn't even need to touch you, he could just look at you and you'd start being erased. Now, you may ask yourself, why doesn't Superman use this power more often? What kind of example was that set in? Like, Superman's not out here to be a god. The only reason he had this form was to stop a threat that just couldn't be stopped and to rebuild his universe. As Superman said on multiple occasions, we are not gods, we don't get to decide who lives and who dies. Which is perhaps my favourite quote from Injustice. When Injustice Superman had to be taught to the original Superman on how to be Superman. And then he beat the shit out of Injustice Superman. It is the most satisfying final bosses in video games. Especially with his final line, like, you took this planet's freedom, and I'm gonna give it back. Just, fuck yeah. But I guess we should actually talk about the 60 seconds, because I've already decided on who I'm going for, despite many things I've heard for heroes.
So have I.
Alrighty then. The episode card is officially labeled Goku versus Superman. So, mate, you are up first with Goku. Are you ready?
Oh boy. I'm gonna try.
Alright. 3, 2, 1. Go Super Saiyan.
Who's gonna win? And I'll tell you why. 2 words. Ultra Instinct. He does not even need to think to put up a fight. His mind, he isn't slowed down by just a conscious thought. His body just acts, dodges, and attacks. It's actually kind of nuts and has an awesome theme song. He can tangle with foes who can destroy his multiverse in his base form, add on the Super Saiyan multipliers, and oh my god, it gets insane. And he also knows the Hakai, which could theoretically erased Superman from existence, he's also resisted Hakai in weaker forms. So 1 million's existence erasure. Yeah, I don't know. How much longer do I have? Shit.
10 seconds.
Looks like this time Goku Kaio can keep up with the Man of Steel.
Time is up.
All right, you managed to... I was thinking, like, oh no, is Mate gonna have his first fuck up with the 60 seconds? But nope, he managed to save it.
Nate did bring up a good point about possibly resisting existence erasure. I think that might be the case.
Well...
Also, sorry for the like screaming. It said go Super Saiyan. I was like, all right.
Hey, you committed to it.
Why are you apologizing to me? You gotta apologize to Bill. He's gotta make a Super Saiyan version of your avatar now.
Yeah, I'll just change the saturation. Yeah, he's got yellow hair now. Done. That's my effort.
That's all you need to do.
All
just
right,
the hair
Billy,
and the eyes.
And just for shits and giggles, now he's a duck with Super Saiyan hair. That's the amount of effort I'm putting into it, people.
So that's what Super Saiyan D looks like.
Oh, for fuck's sake, I forgot I did that. No, okay, no, Sean, Mate is back. He's Super Saiyan Mate. I forgot about the duck button.
All right, Billy, are you ready to say why Superman wins this rematch?
I don't know. I don't think I can make a case.
Well, too bad. You're gonna have to. In 3, 2, 1, begin frontiering your argument.
No, I would have said take off. And speaking of take off, Superman is just going to obliterate Goku. Like, if this was just primarily pre-Crisis Superman versus Heroes Goku, I could buy Goku would win in this case. But this Superman's going to have everything, including the form, which... This Hakai, yeah, it can erase you. But Hakai has also been overpowered. Now, and it shows, depending on how powerful you are, you can actually overpower these things. And just Superman 1 million would definitely be able to overpower that technique and then just erase Goku. Goku, he's managed to resist Hakai, but he can't resist universes being erased. But even then, Superman could just use his heat vision and precisely remove his brain and he's just dead. He doesn't have to put that much effort into the fight. So I'm fortunately going to have to say... Krypton joke.
Time's
I don't
up.
know. I don't know. Shut up, phone. I put my own timer on. Yeah.
I should have done that. Damn it.
I didn't actually know what type of pun I could end on.
All right. There's the debate. You know what? I have a feeling we're all going to pick the same person. So I would like to offer that on the count of 3, we all say who we're going for.
Yep.
I think it's going to be the same person. Okay.
Yeah.
One, 2, 3.
Columbo.
Superman.
Oh. Yeah, Superman.
Yeah, I
don't
said
think
as much in my
Superman.
reaction. Like, even with Heroes, like, no, it's Superman.
Yeah. Like, here's the
I
thing.
think if it wasn't for the fact some other DC characters were on before this match, we could be more split. But because of Thawne being on the show and everything, it's just like, yeah.
And now here's the big question: like, oh, what about Ultra Instinct? Because Mate did bring out correct facts about it, but that form's
That doesn't mean he's infinitely fast.
Not only that, he's been overpowered in that form a lot.
By Black Frieza. And also they brought up in Phoenix vs. Raven that Superman once flew so fast he, and I quote, broke the bounds of infinity.
Yeah, Mate, I think you were kind of right about they will bring up all these Superman feats. Are we getting Goku versus Superman 3? Yeah. I'm starting to actually look back on some of those episodes and think, you know what, I think Mate was onto something. And he wasn't just told behind the scenes stuff.
I mean, there's also, like... yeah, no. I mean, what kind of idiot would get told behind the scenes stuff and then, like, shout about on a podcast? Thing I was going to say, another joke I've been making is, like... Yeah, we got that Ruby Justice League movie. Specifically Part 2 is where I'm going with this. They have an anime-style Superman model. Do Death Battle have access to that?
They should have to.
I will tell.
On Death Battle,
because if they do, yeah. So I'm just saying that model next to a Goku model made from the ground up, those would look really good together.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Also, I
the
have
whole
a feeling
reason those crossovers
Michael-
happened was just to get that model for Death Battle. It's all connected.
Lol.
Just conspiracy
Also-
mindset.
By the way, if they're going to show footage from that movie, can we get the moment where Ruby is excited to see Superman again and hugs him?
I don't think people want to see that for a Death Battle. They probably show a panel of them, but I think with more people are going to want to know how OP this version of Superman is. And people, we've mainly tried to focus on their big feats, and I feel as though we have focused on their bigger feats. But don't be surprised if it turns
But there's
out
way more.
there's a lot, and people for just what we usually try and aim for is like an hour discussion, a little bit over. There's just a lot to say about this. Like, if this was just, like I said before, if this was just like maybe Rebirth or the new Superman, DC Reborn, yeah, I can totally see Heroes of Goku winning. But this Superman has everything, including pre-Crisis. Superman 1
Yeah, also
million. I'm sorry.
Also the
Goku's
thing is,
fucked.
yeah, like if you're gonna take like the strongest version of Goku and or give Goku everything, you have to do that with Superman as well.
Yeah. Now, of course, I can understand why people are pissed off like this episode is coming out. But people, you've got to understand, the people behind Death Battle have changed over time. Their team has changed, their researchers, their animation has changed a lot. Like,
Oh yeah.
Like, what was his name? Hero 666, who was on, like, a meme of the day for Scooby versus Courage, like, his meme of the day. Yeah, just look at that episode of Boba Fett versus Samus, and then, I know he used Courage versus Scooby, but now look at Rick and Morty versus the Doctor. Well, just Rick versus the Doctor. I mean, I don't think Morty would have helped much in that fight.
No, if anything, I'm just glad Morty lived.
Yeah. And plus, it's a good thing Morty lived. He can bring back Rick. Again. But yeah, you kind of. I hate the idea that we need to choose specific version of these characters. If this is truly going to be their final time talking about this matchup, I'm glad they're just bringing in everything, because I'm going to be honest here. I'm not kidding myself. Even after this episode, people are, regardless if Goku or Superman wins, people are going to moan, because people will be like, "Wait, but if you include this version or if you include that version."
Yeah, I wasn't there for this, but I remember hearing like back in the day, before the first one came out, like people were at each other's throats over this.
I only started getting to Death Battle near in season 2. I think my first one was either Deadpool versus Deathstroke or Gara versus Toph. It was definitely one of those. But you gotta think, this is when I was in secondary school. But when I saw Goku versus Superman, I was like, oh, they actually touched this. The comments, Jesus. Even now, if you look at newer comments, which I guess we might as well need to address this now, because we did say we were going to. They've renamed these episodes.
The original classic and the irrelevant sequel.
Yeah, if that title alone doesn't show that. In fact, this again, we're not going to name this YouTuber, but he's on the Versus Show Glass Slipper. In fact,
It's Akira, guys. It's Akira. It's okay.
Sean's better at remembering my own videos than I am.
I'm the one who came up with the names.
True, I suppose. But Akira did make another video. I think it's actually gotten removed now. Yang Insane told me it got removed.
Yeah, they deleted it.
They actually deleted it. Okay, because I did watch it. It was terrible.
This was my reaction.
Just Patrick laughing.
The guy got hit in the head with a coconut.
Honestly, I feel like the guy that got hit with coconuts would make a better argument. Like, okay, the reason we're not saying the name of this person, he still makes YouTube videos. I'm pretty sure, given the fact I heard about this video and watched it. So yeah, if this was like someone like Seth the Programmer, or I remember it was Ankamp. That was the person, mate, we couldn't remember nor cared to remember. The nonce.
Oh.
Yeah, the one that made fun of you for Blake versus Mikasa, because you know he's a petty bitch and now he's in jail. Jesus, the dark side of me came out there.
I mean, given the whole nonce thing, that might not be the case.
Okay, no, there was other things, but yeah, that's not the main point. So if it's someone like
No,
them,
but you know what? I'll say it afterwards.
Yeah. No, I know about the girlfriend thing and stuff like that. We talked about it. But the main thing I wanted to say is, if it was a piece of shit like them, we're gonna cuss them out. But this person's just an idiot. I don't think so. Again, this goes to my main point. We don't think Death Battle H deserves to be shamed. But it doesn't matter what Death Battle's gonna do. People will still argue this. And I'm just gonna say here before we wrap up this section, I don't care. I'm a Goku and Superman fan. If I wasn't, after Rick and Morty, why do I keep saying it's because of the name of the show? If I could be satisfied with Rick versus the Doctor, despite the fact I was mostly going for Rick, or hell, Guts versus Dimitri, I love that episode because I got to learn about a really badass character. Like, maybe give this episode a chance. Maybe look at Superman or Goku in a different light. Maybe they'll give these characters more props that they deserve. The characters are iconic. People love them. Regardless of what you think, and yeah, if you're just going to be at each other's throats, and let's just say you're in your 30s, and you still do these crazy videos about attacking the people behind the show.
10 years later.
Yeah, I'm just going to say this, and this is me being serious. You're a failure. This isn't me shaming you. This needs to be a wake-up call. Like, if you're still angry about this in your 30s, that to the point you're still angry that this is going to be an episode, I'm sorry. That's just you. Death Battle is still going to get the views. They're still going to get the money. So, in the end, they win regardless, whether you hate the episode or love it. But maybe just realize these are just meant to be fun shows, and you know what? We're going to have Goku and Superman at their peaks, and we're also going to get probably a really good animation. Like, has it been announced what the animation's going to be yet?
I don't think it has, but
I'm speculating.
I have a hope.
That...
I'm hoping it's 3D by the RT team, like the ones who did Hulk v Broly.
That would be great. Maybe Devil Artemis. That would also be good.
No, Devil Artemis has confirmed that he's not working on this episode on Twitter.
No. Oh well, I mean,
speculating that it's probably a 3D animation, definitely for sure, because I remember on Twitter, Moro was talking about how they finished up their 2D stuff for the year, so possible.
Right. Okay. So I don't really care whether this episode's right or wrong. Like, if Goku does win and we were wrong or they messed up, I don't care. I just want to see my two favorite childhood heroes fight and get a good fight.
I have to admit, part of me will be annoyed because, like, okay, first 2 times I was rooting for Goku, he lost. This time I'm saying Superman wins and Goku wins, and I'm just like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, I know, right? To wrap this up, because we have gone on for a while on this episode, because, yeah. To quote Mate, funny enough, like, a lot of people made fun of Mate saying this, but now I guess I'm starting to understand the mindset. I just want a good fight with these two characters. Like, I think we've gotten to a point now in our age.
I mean, that's also what Goku would want.
Yeah. Like, and that's the other thing as well. Goku would want to fight Superman at his peak. Like, yes, if Goku fought like Vegeta, I would believe Goku could win then. Just instant transmitting him to another place where there's no sun or anything like that.
No, that is not a Goku move.
Yeah. And just like the Doctor in the latest episode of the Death Battle, do you really want your character butchered just to get him a win? Like, or would you rather have if he does win, would you like to see him win represented as the character he is, wanting to see Superman at his peak? Because, I mean, at the end of the day, if Goku does win, yay. I'm a Dragon Ball fan, I love Goku, so yay. But at the same time, and these are also two characters where they died. Given the universes they live in, it's not like they'll be out they won't be out for long.
Yeah, death is like a revolving door for these two.
Yeah. Like, if you thought Jean
anytime they have a gravestone, it might as well read back in 5 minutes.
Yeah. Like, if you thought Jean Grey has died a lot, Superman is just like, lady, I've been around longer than you. Trust me, you ain't seen nothing. But yeah, that's my final say. I'm excited for this episode, and if haters want to hate, go ahead. If you're a hater in your 30s, just rethink your life. Because it's just
somehow I doubt they will.
Yeah, this is just meant to be a fun animation. You can disagree with the episode, by all means. Yeah, disagree with it. You're free to do so. But, to quote mate in the last third topic, don't be a dick. Now that needs to be put on a shirt.
Just don't be a dick. Okay, the word dick would have to be dick-shaped.
Just like with how it is in like text messages. Just like B equal D.
No, I'm thinking like the D would just be like the head. And I don't know, you could do something where the K is like inside the balls.
Oh god, that's just... Man, there's a lot of balls being talked about in this. But yeah, do you guys have any final says before we move on to our third topic?
Oh, yay, this one.
I was like, do you have anything to say before that third topic, Sean?
I think overall, the episode could be fun. We'll have to see how it stacks up compared to everything. But it's going to make the internet nut for at least 2 weeks.
It will.
Possibly longer.
Yeah.
Depends on what the finale is the thing.
Worst part is we can't even ever
True.
see the likes and dislikes. So, I guess we can say, hey, people finally agree on Goku vs. Superman, yay!